Yosemite. I think this might be a new theme song, man. Banging. Bed. Give me my. All right. All right. Let me go over here. Hey. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Tim. Nicole. Sock monkey. All right. All right. I'm probably going to get copyright infringement off of that anyhow. I'll go over here and put it on pause. Fine. 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 Whatever. Look at the welcome to Bucket Picks, the wonderful weekly our assignment, our weekly art assignment was Area 51. If you don't know what this is Bucket Picks, and we pick out a pick like this, such as this one. Last week was this one, Area 51, which means we did something like Area 51. So we end up with things like this. And then we show them. See, I made this. And I made this a long time ago. I happened to stumble across it. And I'll tell you what, this was on a bucket of picks many, 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 many. I know the sound is terrible. I know the sound is terrible. I tried new stuff. It didn't happen. And I still have this to return. Now that I know where it is, probably where I left it, which is where I didn't look for it when I wanted to go return it. That's another whole story. And that's the kind of thing. Did you get the new cord? No, I didn't get the new cord. I have to order it on Amazon because nobody in their right mind works at a Best Buy anymore. Anyways, you ADHD people trying to get me out of the way here. I'll, do, I'll give you all a warning that, ADHD is your problem as well because you put me off on these tangents and I managed to come back to this guy. I wanted to tell the little story. You guys are not patient. Um, um, Jason Bowman is supposed to be on here, but meh, we'll see. We'll see. He said he was gonna. We'll check it. He'll probably go. I just couldn't take the sound. Well, my steady people who come here every week put up with it at least one more week because I have to. I am going to invest some money in a microphone and well, an actual really nice microphone and a really nice cord, and then I'm probably going to have to get a different soundboard too. I think because this is just not working correctly. It's just not right. I have to like blast into it, and then even then it gets even cracklier. I tried adjusting some stuff over here. I'll bring it down a little bit. Maybe that might help just a little bit. I don't know if that'll pot it down at all, but it might just be in my ears as well. Anyhow, I tried, and I'm gonna have to invest. And all the people that do like really good stuff use this one brand, so I'm gonna go look for that brand. And I don't want to say it because they don't give me no money, and they're gonna make me pay for that thing. So, you know, well, that's how they make money. But I have to get one of those because it is probably. I have to see exactly what kind they're using. I'll have to check it. I'll have to check it out because this is just not working. How to get the? I have to look at how to get the most out of this. I have to actually. I could just ask Rock or AI. Anyways, bucket of picks, bucket of picks, bucket of picks. These are old. This one I did two-part epoxy on, two-part to long, long, long time ago, and I did not put enough hardener in it when I painted it, and it is still sticky to this day. That was probably 8 years ago, and to this day, I can still squish it, and it's like been running down. It looks like it's very strange, and then it yellowed because probably there wasn't enough hardener. It didn't harden, so it took in all the whatnots around in the room. But yeah, that's what that is. Look at it. I think when we did Aliens or Area 51 many, many, many moons ago, keep finding these little trinkets and what about everywhere here. So, that's how it goes when you've been here this long. Oh, all right. Yo, who we got here? There we go. Now we got Peeps. We got Peeps back on board. Hello, everybody. If I look over here, I can actually see how many people are here. I can't because they don't have it all. That one. Okay. So yeah, like fives of us, fours of us. There's ones of us. I have my usual ones of people. That's all good. It's all good. I'm not here for the fame and fortune because there's not. You have to be like strike lightning to like hit it on YouTube. It'd be a lot more entertaining. I only claim to be moderately entertaining, which might even be part of my problem. But you know, is what it is. There's only so much time you can invest in 7,000 different projects. You all know what I'm talking about if you're still here talking to me every Sunday night, after night, after night, after night. It's all good. I feel like the Art Bell of the art, or yes, Art Bell of the art community. You know who Art Bell was, right? Of course you do. Of course you do. With all this mystery. Speaking of mystery, we're doing Area 51. I have Area 51 clips at the end we can take a look at. We'll look at it together that I put together. We can take a look at that if you guys want at the end here after we go through a couple different things like going to the cool kid table. I happen to get most people in. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. We got Lori, who is, I don't know how to pronounce Lucapa, Lucapa, but that's Lori. That's Lori K. Um, I wonder how the Lodge 49 group is doing. How is that doing over there, by the way? I'm very curious as to how that's going on Friday nights. I haven't been back there in a while. I just didn't want to deal with all that drama and baloney over in that group, man. That guy came in and threw me out of the group after I took care of it for years, and I don't know how he's doing, but you know, I have no idea. Just curious on how everybody's doing over there. I kind of want to go back and just lurk in the shadows, but not really my style. Not really my style at all. The guy who came back and took it over, he's kind of been there. Oh, Lori hasn't been there. Okay. You don't want to share in the drama either. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's a little crazy. With that guy, I don't even know. I'm sure yeah, it's just crazy. I know he was asking people for money and stuff on that grade. That's like wow. Wow, man. All right. Anyways, I don't want to talk bad about him. He is who he is, whatever. Yeah, I think a lot of people left. I'd like to send everybody a message. I got a lot of the friends people on there. I wouldn't mind. I'll hit them up on like Messenger or something like that. I know a lot of those people, the main folks who were over there a lot. I got a lot of their names in there, and I'm gonna just stop it on there through Messenger instead. Because they hide with a lot of people. I haven't been able to. Man, I got kind of this. I had to do a job for somebody, and then I went back to finish this morning. Want me to move it? I had already put it. That was on me today. It wasn't on me because I said it's going to go here, it's going to go here, it's going to go here. I got to put a hole in the wall. It's going to go here, and I got it up, put it up. All I had to do was go back and snap it all back, put the line set in, and make sure it ran. And I got there, and they said they didn't want it there. I'm like, I can't fix that. What they used is like foam core board, and it's got a pattern in it and everything. And it's like I put a hole right through it for the line set and everything, and the drain and all the electric and everything like that made it really nice. So that's all you saw. It was beautiful split system. Oh well, you can't hear me. Can't hear me. Wait a minute. Trying to make noise here. Let me try to do this. Maybe I don't think that's gonna work, but try. See, that's up. Okay, I'm gonna unplug and plug in. So turn down your volume. You can't understand. Okay. How about if I back this up? I'm going to try to use this. So, oh, see, that's that bad cord. It's okay. It's better when I'm close to the mic. So I'll stay super close to the mic. All right. I'm going to stay close to the mic. I know that's like a rule, but I don't need it this freaking close. Good Lord. There's better microphones out there that don't crackle and make a shit ton of noise and all this. It's all subpar, man. This was all, this is all like on a whim budget. This isn't like $700 I'm going to be a podcaster budget. I got YouTube, YouTube in the background with exploding things for my background. Come on now. This is, I'm trying to be, trying to do what I can here. Thanks, Tim. You said it's a little better. Okay. I'll just kiss this damn mic. And I think I have this mic, I think it's into the end of it is more of where it is. There's a name for it. I don't know. I don't know. I can't learn everything. Not all at once, anyways. Especially when I'm trying to be lazy. How am I supposed to do this? Ay, ay, ay. All right. Anyhow, shall we go a step over to the cool kid table? Let's go. Let's go over to the cool kid table. What do you say? Yeah? Okay, go over this way. All right. All right, folks. We got cool kid table stuff coming up right here. Dun, 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 dun. Busy. It's a B-U-C. K-E-T of P-I-C-K-S. There you go. The only kazooing I'll be doing tonight, I promise. That's it. Just had to do that to steal the jingle from Jason Bowman. I had to steal it because he just never shows up. Meh. See, he was going to be here. Meh. Oh, sorry, I got caught up. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I say. That's what I say. Meh. All right. So, people who are not meh, let's take a look. All right. First up, who are we going to put up first? All right. I have a series. I like that one. We're going to do that one last. I like that one the best. I like that. All right. Oh, man. I didn't even put me in here. Dang. All right, well, let's start who slid into the home plate right at the very last minute here. Miss Carmen, let's have a looky. Hang on, we got to get rid of this. And we got to go here. Whoop, there you go. This is like one of her go-tos, but yeah, I could see this guy coming out of Area 51. You're walking through the desert. He's going to say he's desert color. Perhaps he comes from the desert or comes through a portal in the desert. Oh, Jose's. I'm going to show a couple of them on there. A couple of these in a minute. There's one by Jose that he posted that I really want to show too. I forgot to get that on here, but he posted it like super. He must have watched the bucket and then posted it. And Jose, if you're out there, you see this in a bit. Thank you very much, man. It's nice to see you coming around. He's been in hiatus. Actually, he was in China. He has a very interesting life. Interesting life. And I know he was studying to be a videographer, but he was in China as a teacher. I'm sure he's got many stories to tell, even at his young age. There you go. Yeah. Bigfoot meets the Tasmanian devil. There has been uh there are people who say there are theories abound that say Bigfoot is related to UFOs as well, and perhaps could be an alien or cast out here by aliens or genetically fabricated by aliens, or perhaps here's that's theory with my little twist on it. Perhaps we were not genetically modified from the chimps. That's why in the great apes, I think we are modified from Bigfoot by aliens because that Bigfoot probably it. You think Bigfoot is interdimensional? You think no luck yet? No luck. No luck with the UFOs out there. You're in Georgia though, right? Carmen, you're in Georgia. You think Georgia is a good UFO town? I mean, Carter saw something, and he's from Georgia, right? He saw one. He said he saw one. There's a couple. Wait a minute, hang on. They definitely exist in the same dimension. Well, yeah, they probably uh, travel in packs. That's for sure. I had my. Did I have it on? Oh no, it was yesterday. I don't always know what I'm wearing. I had my hide and seek champion Bigfoot shirt on yesterday. just to bring that up. But yes, very nice job. Thank you for showing that. And participating as you always do every week. I appreciate it so much. Actually, we appreciate each other here. All right. We have delegates, of course, also from YouTube. Let's go with that one of those. Let's go with Timber. Boom. There you go. The iconic warning sign, military installation. It's unlawful to cross or enter. I'm sorry. Can't read it. Very small from where I am trying to read at this point, but oh man, it's got the rattler right there too. Very nice. I like it. And I don't think they have an actual alien on the on the uh on the on the sign there. But that would be cool. Imagine that. Imagine that the government had a little bit of a sense of humor and they actually like put a little smiley alien in the corner of the sign or some shit like that. Just have fun. Trump would do it. If I suggested that to Trump, I bet you go, yeah, yeah, do it, do it, do it. Oh man, you see what he did down on the wall? He painted the southern side black so it cooks in the sun so nobody can climb it. That's like the most. That's like that's the uh, uh that's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Oh, that's stupid genius is what that is, man. Nobody's gonna climb that thing. You know how hot that's gonna be? It's gonna be like 100 bajillion degrees. You're gonna. There's no way you could hold on to it and not burn your hands. There's no way. That steel will get so hot. Anyways, yeah. Where was I? All right. Yeah. So yeah, I think I bet you if you did ask Trump, he would put a little smiley face on the side. That would be pretty cool. And alligator Alcatraz, he should have a little alligator smiling in the corner of the sign. You should go, yeah, just F with people, put those on there. You know, I do a presidential. Uh, uh, what do they do? What does he call it, man? Shit, I should know this. A decree, whatever. I can't remember the word right now. Anyway, he does a lot. Thank you very much, Tim. Very good job. I like the little rattlesnake. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's really cool. You got to watch out for rattlers at all times, man. Watch out for snakes. Very nice job. All right, let's go to. Okay, this one is. I love this one because Lori, of course, is quite good with her colored pencils and her. Love the blending that she can do in just makes it all cool. And she labeled this. Uh, the only thing they let you see or remember, right? That's like, it's like the edge looking up at the lights above you as they're doing whatnots to your. You know what I mean? That's what I see. It's the end of like some kind of lighting thing, or your face down. Ooh, uh-oh. What are they doing now? Oh, geez. I'm just gonna prefer to say it's looking up, and you only remember that as you drift in and out of consciousness or interdimension or whatever it might happen to be. I don't want to be looking down, laying on a table. Hmm, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Or it's when you're on the ground and they're just taking off above you. Yeah, I like this. It's multi. You can interpretational. I like it. I like this a lot. Very nice job as usual. Nice job. Actually, it is looking up. Thank God. Thank you. Whew. Okay. Whew. Got a little scared there. Let my old. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh. All right. So. Oh boy. All right. Next. I'll stop myself there. Okay. All right. What else we got? I'm getting good at this whole back and forth thing. See, I could take. Hmm. I have ideas on how I could put the screen that I'm working on right here, so you could see me while I'm doing searching. That would be a little more conducive to afterward stuff. You'll see. You'll see. All right. All right. We have. All right. Up next, I'll show mine after, but this is the best. It's a series, so okay. I'm sure you can play along and see this. This is from BLT. Okay. right? Area 51. We got the digital artwork going. Prohibited, man. Prohibited. Area 51 prohibited. Don't mess around now, right? And then we have, see, I could do it that way. See how I did that? That worked. That worked. Okay, now I'm going to go through them one at a time. Okay. So it's this, it's the second one, of course. And then third one. I like the way I clicked through it, though. I got really, really lucky doing it. I got to admit. That worked out really cool. Check it out. Last one. See? I made it into a movie. Yay! Very nice idea. Excellent idea and very good execution, by the way. I like it. I like it very much. And that's the triangle with the three things, kind of like the Arizona Lights thing they said about things. That I've seen that reported. That where have I just seen it? All right. Anyways, very nice job. Excellent, excellent job. Thank you for participating in three ways. We did Carmen. We did, okay, now we got to go to. Wait a minute. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to. Nicole, we're gonna have to hit yours up now. I'm gonna do yours a different way because I set it up differently. All right, we're gonna switch over here. Okay, I'm gonna get it set up. Got to get it set up. So, anyways, Area 51. I'll tell you a little story while I'm doing this. Okay, let's go over here. When I was a younger man, I was about 22, 22 or 23. Okay. I was 22 or 23, and I decided it was going to be a good idea to just sell or throw away pretty much everything I owned, throw everything in my into my decided to throw everything into my Jeep with my dog and take off across country, which is when I did the whole Bigfoot thing. But before I did the whole, I told you guys about the whole Bigfoot-ish encounter maybe thing that happened, right? And that was later in this trip, actually. But at the beginning of this trip, very, very, very strange things were abound. Things were strange. All right, I'm all set up to do that. I'm all set up to do that in a second. But what um what I was doing was visiting a friend in El Paso, Texas. Went to El Paso, Texas, and had this crazy drive down there, and way stayed up way too long driving and had to stop in the middle of Texas. Anyways, got to El Paso, had a good time with my buddy. Took off from there. Decided to go north, of course. Not can't go south unless you're going into Mexico. So because it is right there. El Paso is on the border. So I decided to go up north, and in the New Mexico, I wanted to go to Carlsbad. I went through Carlsbad Caverns, got a story about that. Went up into, and then went across the New Mexican desert, heading towards Colorado. And in the lower, going from Carlsbad in the middle of the night, I ended up at a motel or hotel in the middle of freaking nowhere. I could like came across it in the middle of the desert. It was like Twilight Zone. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. Have I ever told you guys this story? Uh, so so I'm out there and I get a room and there's just two guys. What there's like one car there and there's a guy talking to the it's like it's like 11 at night. There's one guy talking to the guy working behind the counter. And I walked in and they just kind of looked at each other And then I got a room, and okay, nothing too out of the ordinary. And my dog was with me, so we went up into the room and hung out. And it was just strange. It was just no one else was there. I had no idea. I've looked on the map and Google Maps to try to find this place too, and I can't. I think I found it in one spot, but it doesn't look the same. And there's a lot of things around. This place was like on its own, and I was at it, and they put me in a room that was at the farthest end away from them. And they had like this, it was probably a military radio. I don't know what kind of place I was at, man. It was definitely a whole weird situation. And I only vaguely remember even leaving that place. It was really weird. It was a weird thing. And I wasn't drinking that night either. Well, I might have been. I might have been, but I don't remember seeing it. That's when I looked up seeing those lights. I have no idea. No idea. All right. Well, anyway, that was part of that trip. And then I went up north farther, 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 and then the whole Bigfoot thing, and then yeah, yeah, that whole thing. So so that happened. That happened, and I don't know, it just a very strange vibe about the whole thing, man. It was like these guys were on guard or something like that. It was like I came into a military place and just and they but it was strange. It was really, really weird. I often think about that. It's super weird. All right. Anyway, all right. Let's go over and take a look. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get fancy. I'm over here on this one again. So I'm gonna be talking to this camera. Okay. We're gonna go here, and then it'll make us go here. Okay. Boom. This is the easiest way to show. I'm probably in the way, actually. I'm probably down in the corner here. I can't see. But this is Nicole, number one. Very nice. You probably get a much better view of it here, too, actually. Should slide my face to the other side. Thought about that earlier. All right. Simpsons version. You got to love that. Look, speaking of peace signs, it's the same one. Check it out. Hang on. Oh, yeah. That's the guy in the middle. Guy in the middle, except for he's, throwing the peace sign with three fingers instead of two. That's all. It's like the one I sculpted. All right. And we got this one. Love this one. Love this one. I saw a guy with a tattoo of something similar to this, I think, once. That's awesome. Defiant. Very defiant. Love it. Oh, did I mention Nicole and I are like pretty much alien nuts? This one I like a lot. I like this that would be a cool tattoo. I might get a tattoo like that, something like on my shoulder. So when they're probing me, they can wonder why I have a picture of them. Oh, look, they love this. They remember. You remember. That's funny. All right, that's pretty funny. Come on now. All right, here's mine. Here's my little entourage. There's a dude that never. This is still sticky, and this dude here is new. All right, let's see. And we got more Nicole, and then we got Nicole's front yard. Boom! Look at that. And the umbrella is a UFO. How cool is that? How cool is that? See, I could go like this. It's probably right there somewhere. All right. All right. I'll bail out of this. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go over to here. Okay. Cool kids. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you so much every week for coming out and helping me out and getting to know a little bit about, Area 51 and whatnot. I could actually go over and do those clips right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go over here. Hang on. Oh, we got to get this. The actual. You see, K-A-T-O-P-I-C-K-S. Big, big, big. I know, isn't that the coolest thing ever? That's the greatest idea. I saw the UFO umbrella. I'm like, that is genius. Almost as good as, well, it's better actually than painting the wall black. They should put UFOs over like, either ask the aliens to do it or fly their UFO-y stuff all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? They could just use their uh military UAPs to scare everybody off, the cartels and all the, that are trying. Did you know that recently the cartel sent like 300 people into American soil, and we had intel and everything that they were coming, so we pretty much annihilated them. Do you know that happened? That happened like August 12th or something like that. Insane. Insane. The cartel guy, some cartel sent stuff, their henchmen and shit. And within like 90 minutes we killed them all. Every last one of them. There were like mercenaries and stuff that the Mexican cartels had hired, all ex-soldiers and stuff like that. And some people made it, but I'm not thinking too many. They didn't even need boots on the ground, really. They had people like hiding out, waiting, but 9/10 of everything that happened was done with sensors and missiles and stuff like that, and they scrambled all their communications so they couldn't communicate, and they got led away by uh like distractionary measures and stuff. They got yeah, they changed their GPS signal so they thought they were heading south away back across the border when they really sent them right into like a minefield or some kind of boom, or drones and stuff came down. It was nuts. It was nuts. I saw it was on YouTube. If you look up, oh man, I wish I knew the channel's name. If you search what happens when uh, U.S. military responds to a cartel invasion, maybe I think something like that. It had that kind of title, but that happened. That happened. That actually happened. They actually came across the border thinking they were gonna take over a checkpoint so they could get their drugs across. It was like a checkpoint 30, 13, 31, something like that. I think it was 31 or something like that. It was a that they had reinforced, and the cartel came in and said, "No, no, 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 no. We've been sneaking through this pass for the longest time. We're just gonna unfortify what you did, right?" No, 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 no. It didn't work. Didn't work. Oh, you had to start watching the news? Yeah, it depends on your point of view. It's not everybody's cup of tea what's happening. You know what I mean? Some people it is. Um, I try to skate the line in between and not really let everybody know my I don't know. Everybody's so touchy. I'd rather not talk politics. You know what I mean? There's too much things we have in common than we don't have in common. You know what I mean? I don't want to take the chance of uncommoning myself with any of you guys. You know what I mean? I'm not super passionate about politics. Just to let everybody know, so you do know, I'm not super passionate about it. I follow the news, but I'm not super passionate about really any one general thing. I do like that things are getting cleaned up in the cities. I think the guy in New York City who wants to be the mayor shouldn't be. Let's see what else. Um, the deportation is getting a little out of hand. But I do think these sovereign cities are harboring a lot of freaking criminals, because my city is one of them. Rochester, New York. If you want to look it up, the crime stats. Nobody goes downtown. Nobody goes out. There's killings and shootings and shit all the time. We have terrible numbers here. The crime's sky high. There's like mob rule stuff happens all the time. There's uh last year, and they do like mob. They steal cars. They go and burn them in circles and do all kinds of stuff in a parking lot, and then abandon them there, and they all take off. And the cops don't do nothing. They don't prosecute them. They let them go the next day. There. There's tons of immigrants here that aren't legally here. I wish they were. I mean, I'd love to have them here if they're legal. Let's put it that way. But a lot of these people, I mean, the crime is through the roof here. I don't remember it ever being this bad in a city like this. even for even for dem, a Democrat state, I would have to say this town up until a couple of years ago was hugely Republican. That kind of mindset. Let's try to just kind of keep everything calm. No, don't upset the apple cart too much. Let's stick to what works. You know what I mean? And then things got weird over the last bunch of years, and it just got horrible here. So I would love to leave. So perhaps I will relocate. I really want to go to Tennessee, actually, West Virginia, but it's very, very poverty stricken in West Virginia. So I would like to like retire there maybe or something like that. Um, I don't know, Arizona, New Mexico, where it's all spooky and all the government lives and does all their weirdness, high strangeness. I would love to live on the east side of the Rockies, like Denver, Pueblo, if it was safe. And Wyoming would be good. That would be good because on the edge of the desert on one side, because the desert is really cool. If you've ever been to the desert or living near a desert, it's cool. It's a lot more awesome than you would think. Ever uh, living in forest and running around through the woods through my entire youth, um, I always thought deserts were just like sand and hot. I mean, it's sand and it's hot, but it's beautiful, man. It's an awesome place. I'd love to go there. You hate living in the desert? Ah, Are you? Are you? You're not in Arizona. You didn't move, right? You're still in Georgia, right? How come I'm getting these vibes that you're not there? Hmm. Anyways, you followed the astrology. None of this is unexpected. Oh, that's true. Everything's kind of goofy. Everything's wonky. Everything's kind of wonky on the. Speaking of upsetting the apple cart, all that. Let me tangent away on that, right? All this changing and everything in what season is it or something like that? Oh, you lived in Las Vegas. That's right. That's right. Sometimes I got to be knocked in the head that reminds me of stuff that I probably already know. Yeah, astrology has been weird though. I haven't been into it too much. I haven't watched much of it. I used to follow a few different people who would put up dailies, and I'd check that out every day or whatever. The whole astrology. I almost said astronomy. I got a nice astronomy app. Oh, you know what? I should ask AI. We should ask AI what we have in store ahead of us. Maybe we'll try that in a little bit. All right. Anyways, bucket of picks, bucket of picks, bucket of picks. Thanks everybody who is a cool kid this week. We can all sit down. Thank God, right? You may sit down. All right. I'm gonna try to stay right up inside this mic. Let's see, get all up in there. Um. All right, we got the bucket of picks. We're gonna have to do. Where are we with all this? I did a rant. Then I did the cool kids, and then I did a rant. Just finished the rant. Told a good story. I think it's time for Big O. Oh yeah, Big O. Well, you've all been waiting for. Everybody's waiting on hand for a Big O. Who don't want a Big O? Everybody comes for the Big O. I didn't say that. Uh, man. Oh boy. All right. Sorry. Try not to be too blue. Got to give it the magical stir. There are many in there, and we vetoed a whole lot of them. So we got a whole bunch of strays out last week. So since it's still ones of us, we can throw the vetoes in there, or we can make it a double or triple, however you want to handle it. So let's see. Let's see what the magic bucket ends up. Fill it with a little magic with a big O. What are you saying? What do you think? I'm thinking big O. Whew. All right, everybody, get yourselves ready. Sit yourself down. Recline your seats. Put your seats to the reclined position, please. Prepare yourself for a big. Okay, here we go. I should put like I think there's like a male deep voice or something on here somewhere. That's really really loud. Holy crap! I'm not going to do that again. Wow. Okay. Whew. All right. All right. Move back to Georgia. Georgia, 4 hours away from the mountains. Nice. Yeah, 4 hours. I could get to the Adirondacks within 4 hours. It gets pretty. And once you get to the Finger Lakes, which is about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away, you start hitting the Finger Lakes. Gets nice and rolling, not mountainous. I wouldn't call it mountainous, but it's just little trappings on the edge of the Adirondacks, and then you can go to Adirondacks. Then you start seeing mountains, but even those mountains are pale in comparison to the Smoky Mountains, and it's like a less dense Smoky Mountains is the Adirondack. And but the Rocky Mountains, forget it, man. Forget it. And the Sierra Mountains, forget it. They're huge. They're huge, huge, huge. Rocky Mountains are incredibly huge. The Grand Tetons, incredibly huge. The Glacier Valley mountain range, huge, huge. They're just giant. They're just giant. Like it probably pales in comparison to some of the ones up in Washington that I never saw. And up in Alaska is supposed to be absolutely crazy. My son went to Alaska and brought back some pictures, and he goes, Dad, he goes, Bigfoot definitely lives there. He goes, there's mountains there that nobody's been. He goes, you can stand on the top of a mountain and just look for miles and miles and miles and think to yourself, no one's been on any of those mountains. No one. There's just not enough people up there to have gone to those places that you could see right there. And it stretches on forever. I mean, if Pickman's going to be anywhere, he's going to be there. He could definitely exist there and not be seen. He, it's expansive. The pictures he showed me, he goes, that doesn't even explain how big it is. And it's all foggy and creepy and shit in the pictures. It's actually really cool looking, but it looks creepy. When he took those pictures, it was creepy. He had the mist in the air and stuff. I'll have to find those pictures, show them to you. Anyways, boy, that kills the O a little bit, huh? All right. All right. Like I said, get yourself ready. Turn the volume down or up, depending on how you prefer the big O. And oh, I gotta stop. All right. Ready? You gotta. It's all about the oxygen and the concentration, and not having that little tickle in your throat when you start, because you got to get the vibration at just the right frequency, somewhere in there. But it gives you that little tickle in your throat. I don't know if you guys are used to smoke or were smokers or whatever. It's like a little smoker tickle. All right. I don't smoke cigarettes. Actually, I've been enjoying the same cigar for about a month. So that shows that shows you, and that doesn't even get in here. So yeah, that's what I'm all about. All right. I've been babbling long enough that we're probably going to get a commercial on that in a few minutes. Watch. It'll be right in the middle of the we'll have to ignore it. Like if someone comes to the door. Never mind. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to swing this away so I can breathe and I don't hit it my head on. And then I'll swing it in like I'm a rock star. Oh, like I'm. Oh, turn my head like an old timey radio. Oh, all right. I digress. Oh boy. Oh boy. See, instantly sleepy. I yawned. Oh, I gotta go back to work tomorrow too. Ooh, well, nothing like a big O to 56. It's a couple seconds better than last week. 56.1. Well, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Hey, are you really going to deny a 56-second O? I think not. I totally think not, people. Don't even try to lie to me. All right. What else can I rant and rave about? Had to drain our boilers at work. Hmm. I had stuff sitting there. No, Rebecca was going to call too. She was supposed to stop in too. What a meanie mo. She would stop in and oh, I'm gonna give Knucklehead a hard time. 48 minutes I've been here. Dang. Well, what if I make the bucket the same length in minutes as the O, like 56 minutes, and, or I have to go as long as my, you know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. You know. All right, folks. See what we get. Dive in. Let's just dive in. We've been at this for a while. We know what happens next. Big O, and then you roll over and fall asleep. Y'all just want to go fall asleep now, and you want me to just hit the keys, hit the door. I get it. I get it, man. Wow, that's gratitude for it. All right, first reach in, and I'll think about something to rant about. Oh, it is written in. It's readable because it's in black ink, not worn down pencil from 8 years. And you'll see it just same time I do. Boom. Ooh, South Park. What do you guys say? South Park. South Park. Come on, man. What you guys think? South Park. You killed Kenny. You bastards. What do you think? South Park? I'm in. I'm totally in. I'll make something right now. I'll start something right now. I'll make a little Cartman. South Park. What do you think? What do you think? Go check out her latest post. She's got some stuff going. Oh, yes. I remember that. I did check that out, Nicole. I did see that. She's going through some stuff. That poor woman, and her family deserves some big vibes from us. So make sure you send big vibes. Okay, we got a yes from Nicole, a yes from Tim. We're probably gonna get a meh from Carmen. No, I think Carmen could do Cartman. Huh, what do you think? Okay, she gives the the, the agreement level of meh. It's okay, okay. I guess so. It's all good. I think I'm gonna do something new. What should I do? I should do. Oh, there's nothing but ideas. Nothing but ideas. Oh, Lori gave it a. Eh, eh. I know. I know. You could do Chef. Chef is probably one of my favorite characters on that. I like Chef. And there's Towel-Lee, of course. Everybody needs a towel. Come on, I haven't watched it in years. They've been burning on Trump too lately, from what I hear. They even covered it in on Fox News. They did a thing on South Park messing with the president and Charlie Kirk, the podcaster, the right side podcaster guy. You could do the towel. There you go. I'm toweling. Everybody need a towel. Wanna get high? What in the, who came up with that character, man? It's funny as shit though. It's one of my favorites though. Uh, like you know. Hmm. Yeah, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Right. Look at the pics. You like how I got my branding set right there? It's pretty nice, isn't it? All right. Nicole, you got to make me in a South Park character or put a blue blue hat on me. I got the red thing, right? Doesn't Cartman wear red? You could just give me the hat, and I could use that for next week. So, oh, check out the one I did for you guys. See the thumbnail for this one? I look like a documentary guy, like walking in the desert. And you see how much weight I have on there too? Oh my gosh, look at that picture, man. It's actually pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. And they did it without my glasses first. AI took the glasses off of me to do that. Anyways, mascots in the bucket. New picks. You want to do some new picks? Mascots? We could put that in there. Yes, we should put new stuff in there. I'll tell you what. Let's put a post out for new picks to put in the bucket. I'll tell you what. I promise I will do it after this. I will make a post saying we're looking for new picks, and I'll do it in the group, and I'll mention how to get a hold of get on this broadcast, and we do the YouTube video here. We do the bucket here, and I'll mention a lot of that stuff, and I'll ask for new picks. And if you guys on YouTube can always send it to either go to Fan Art Workshop Consortium at Facebook, and you could join there. You can join in on the fun there if you'd like to, or you could go to send your suggestions, comments, and artwork for display on Sunday to Bucket O Picks, all one word, at gmail.com. And I will get those and I can post them on Sundays. And I will also announce what we got new in the bucket. Maybe just a total revamp. Maybe we have to vacuum it out. Perhaps clean the bucket because there's a lot of residuals in there. And I don't know. I think I see a fingernail or something perhaps in there. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look. All right. So let's do that. New picks. Okay. New picks. Lori says, yay, new picks. I want all you guys to participate because you are, well, you're the ones of us, right? And we need to influence the other ones of us, and we'll corral them in. Everybody likes being part of the deal. Maybe I'll even put up a short, which will go, well, at least to the people that are subscribed to me, 400 something people. So that actually is going up. I have not put shorts up, and I have more subscribers now, and I get views still. I average like, I don't know, a couple dozen views a day, which is surprising. But that's just kind of doing its thing over there. I got to add more stuff. But I could put up a short or a video about it on the channel, and perhaps we'll rascal in and rail. What's the word I'm looking? Lasso in? No, wrangle in some new people. There you go. Getting getting bad with. Oh yeah, my dad was here. He's 85 now, and he's all babbly bobbly and can't hear shit, and it's so confusing. And I was working at my in-laws this weekend, and my father-in-law, and that they're not too on the ball anymore either. They're up there, so it's been a very confusing weekend. Very confusing as far as mental capabilities of everybody, and just and well, anyways, you get the picture. You get the picture. Been interesting. It's funny at times, and other times it's not funny at all. So, peaks and valleys, I always say. You get a good view from both places. I'm gonna have like a poster made or a shirt or something. I gotta make money. That's my thing. Beautiful vistas. The life is full of peaks and valleys, both of which have wonderful vistas. So looking up the mountains is cool, but looking down from it is also very cool. Just a little thing. I know, yeah, I should do a Tom McDonald short. I totally got burned. There's this little story for you. I digress. I'm going to digress on that story. Maybe next week I'll tell that story. I got totally duped by a. I didn't get totally duped, but I was semi convinced that somebody had gotten a hold of me through YouTube, Tom McDonald, and it ended up being a total farce. But I could have gotten sucked in pretty easy actually, because you know. Anyways, he responded to a short, and it wasn't really him. It was a made up thing. Anyway, that's the story. That's all I'm going to go in there. Anyways, more about Area 51 before you guys go, right? We got to do the thing. We're going to do this, right? Okay, let's go into Mysteryville. Mysteries. You can pick on me. It's fine. I do not mind being picked on. It's all good. All right, we are going to go over to learn a little bit about Area 51 and what YouTube Shorts is showing us and what people want to put out there regarding to Area 51. Just let everybody know what's going on. Okay, we're going to go to this. I'm over here. We're going to have a little something going on next door in just a second. See, this is all the doodads and stuff. Here's your messages. See how this all works? This all can be very confusing if you don't, you're not like schooled. All right, we got that. And then we're going to go to here. This will bring you guys over to here. And we're going to go from there. Oh, somebody put something. Oh, we got a new post. It's me. Nicole did it already. Hey, look at that. Not bad. That was quick. And we got BLT. Barb, we got you featured this week in Fan Art Workshop Consortium. Nice. Very nice. Nicole is an administrator extraordinaire, by the way. She's the best. Thank you again so much, so much, so much. Appreciate you more every day. We want to go to. Okay. All right. I got like 3 of these, at least 3, and then we'll probably search for another 1 or 2. So let's check it out. All right. Let me make sure I got that up. I got to turn this up, or else you guys won't hear it. Okay. Let's go here. Hopefully it's not too loud. Check where we're at. All right. You guys can see that. Excellent. Okay. Good deal. I don't know if you can see me or not. Wait a minute. Let's check that out. So that's going to be there. There. That's both on. We're going to lock that in place. Go back here. Okay. All right. Oh, this is overflown by aerial. This guy. This is what happens at the gate. That's what happens if you go to the gate of Area 51. See, that's why this guy did. This is exactly why. Hang on, I'll stop it on the right thing. Look at that. Oh, I was gonna stop it right there. Where is it? This is exactly why. This right here is why you don't go to Area 51 and try to get in. Because he was just sitting at the gate. He didn't even get out of his car. If you notice that down here, watch at the very end, you'll see he's sitting in his car. He says, "Yeah, we got the helicopter," but that boy did not get out of his car. See that? His Toyota. He did not step a foot out of his Toyota. That would be pretty cool, though. All right. Okay. You got to admit, that would have been pretty cool to have that thing fly over the top of you. I think I would have done the same thing. I gotta admit it. Gotta admit, that's exactly what I would have done too. I would have been like, yeah, but you know what? You that would be justification for them being there for me because I made them spend money to put people in the air, pay those people, and that would be what I probably donated to that place already. So hey, I would be totally in on that. I would be so into seeing this happen. Yeah, baby. All right, what else we got here? All right, we got one here. Here we go. Here's a little one I found in here. It does. It's our leader. So if you like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't. Like we talked about this earlier. But regardless, this is what he said.
Are there aliens at Area 51?
That's Cat Tiff.
I'll tell you, I think that might be a question that I get more than any question.
Why wouldn't
So
it
we
be?
have that so-called area they consider it like a sacred area, and I will say this: I've interviewed pilots that look better than Tom Cruise. The blonde crew cuts, and they were in the Oval.
That's the thing about him. Everything's better than anything else. He goes, these, I, I've had a submarine sandwich, and it was most likely, not most likely, it was the best submarine sandwich I ever had. And the meatballs were probably the biggest balls I've ever seen. So I think that's great about him. So, all right, we'll go back a little bit. All right.
That might be a question that I get more than any question.
And why wouldn't it be the question that he gets more? If you were going to ask the president a question in governmentally speaking question, because what else are you going to ask him? You're not going to ask him what ice cream you like. It, what would you want to ask him? I would go for the most secret thing you could try to find out, man. So I would be exactly like Cat Tip and ask this exact question as well, which is why he probably gets that question all the time.
So we have that so-called area they consider it like a sacred area, and I will say this: I've interviewed pilots that look better than Tom Cruise. The blonde crew cuts, and they were in the Oval Office, 3 or 4 pilots. These are not people that make up stories. They said, all I know, sir, is there was a round object that was going 4 times faster than my F-22, which is a very fast plane, and it wasn't. It shouldn't have been. It was round, sir. They've seen things that they cannot explain. They are just finding.
Okay. There's also another thing about this. I've been researching. And if you look up Professor Simon, I got to give a nod on YouTube. If you go to his channel, Professor Simon, he talks like when he's when he breathes. Just prepare yourself because for me it's tough to listen. But he's a very smart guy. He's connected. He's investigated the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident in the UK for years and years and years. Okay, so where the hell is he? He's in France now. He lives in France, but when he talks, it's like, and this is what he said, and and every time he breathes in, he gets that sound. So prepare yourself for that. But the guy's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and he's got cool people to talk to. And the one of the many episodes he has, I'd say a handful of them, touch upon a, a science that a guy was telling him about how they use the aerogel, which is like super non-mass, and they encapsulate in a vacuum, and inside that is your payload, like cameras or whatever. And being able to adjust the vacuum inside of it will propel it up or down like a bubble. Like a bubble. And if you can move left, right, if you can come up with a way to left, right it, you could move it very quickly from place to place. And that's what his guest explained that these things were. So it would make it match a lot of the observable things that maybe I'll get a clip of that. Maybe we'll look for that in a minute. But let's look at another one. Okay, let's look at another one. I think we got about I got a okay. This is Bob Lazar, and I'm pretty sure this is a Joe Rogan interview. Yeah.
it's a very ominous feeling because there are no first of all, everything is one color. It's like a dark pewter color, and there are no right angles anywhere. It's as if somebody took I've said this before, somebody took a model out of and fashioned it out of wax and then heated it just for a short time so everything melted. Everything looks like it's fused together. Everything has a radius of curvature where two items meet. It's a really weird looking thing, but there was almost nothing other than a small foldable hatchway that looked recognizable. Everything was really unworldly, to pick a way to describe it.
So you're going into
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine you're working. You're actually working on a UFO, and that's what the guy said it looked like. And he's a lot of people believe he's one of the most credible witnesses of all time. He was like the ultimate whistleblower, the first whistleblower for UFOs. I mean, how can you say the first guy's wrong though? You know what I mean? Everybody, you're setting precedents if you're the first guy to say I was in there, and they won't let they made it look like I wasn't there. You know, I don't know. I don't think I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's lying. Either that or he was part of a freaking
going into
psyop,
this
or he was part of like a psyop or something like that. Um, and could have been doing that kind of. I don't know, man. He might just be. I don't know. He's not like Grush and Elizondo and those guys. Those guys seem like they're playing out a role. You know what I mean? They're there to set certain information out into the public in small little bites. But I think their narrative isn't 100% correct. I want there to be UFOs. I want there to be aliens to come down and say, "Y'all are stupid. This is what you need to do, or we're gonna get along, or we're just gonna get rid of y'all." And there will be some stupid people out there who will be like, we want to die instead, blah, blah, blah. Well, I hate to say it, but humanity probably wouldn't let that happen. So, would, I don't know, would that actually make people get along? If UFOs, this is my ADHD thoughts just strangling along. If aliens came down, here's a good question. If I want to know what you guys think. If aliens came down and threatened to get rid of all of us, um, would do you think the planet as a whole would just say, okay, all right, you got us? You know, would we surrender as a whole, or would there be some surrenderies and some other people, and we would have to fight it out amongst ourselves first? Do you think we would have to fight it out? I guess is my question. Do you think there would be enough people to say, uh, I think they're full of shit? You know what I mean? I'm not giving up or whatever. And even though they showed some crazy way of proving they could. Oh man, we're so different from one another, and it's all good because that's what makes it all like meld back and forth. You got to have opposites in order to have a whole. You can't have a top without a bottom. You can't have an inside without an out. You can't have an up without a down. You can't have anything without both sides. It's just yin and yang. It's just that's just how it is. You remove one of those things, the opposite. There's a vacuum that it's empty at that point that this needs to fill. So it will fill whatever's opposite itself. It wants to balance. It wants to balance. We as people, we probably think about it and go, well, there's bad parts about me, there's good parts about me, and hopefully they're even. You know what I mean? I think if you're not even, I mean, not that you're going to be a serial killer, but the contemplation side of of things. There's goods and bads. You have to consider the bad in order to know the good. You know what I mean? If you don't allow your mind to go to those places and say, well, that's bad, it's not going to stop you from doing shit, right? So If that is all out of whack, I don't know if anyone's following me at this point. You're up. There's probably no one left. I haven't seen a comment in a long time. But I don't know if you're following along. What if that's the deal? What if that's the deal? Because I think it's all about the whole. Because if you think about the law of attraction, that's exactly it, right? It's really just filling a void. Well, that's not really the law of attraction. Law of attraction. All right, that just deserves comment. that just that just deserves contemplation, I guess. Hard to explain. This is not the time or place to do thought experiments. I'll do that thought experiment another time and then bring it back to you. How's that? Okay. All right. For all one of you who's probably left. All right. Anyhow, look some of that stuff up. I want to. There is a Bob Lazar thing I did want to mention while we were talking about Bob Lazar. He There is a company doing a virtual reality walkthrough of the craft and the S4 facility as Bob Lazar remembers it to the best of his ability. They worked for over a year on it. I forget the name of it. I saw it on a channel called Area 52 that's done by Chris Ramsey. Um, excellent podcaster, excellent guest. He's a very famous young magician and podcaster. Um, very good. And he knows what questions to ask. He's just as curious as all of us are. I highly recommend that. I'd love to get in touch with that guy and try to run some ideas past him. He's really the guy that I have targeted more or less for to 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 talk to. I really want to talk to that guy. Um, I don't know. It would just jive for me in a whole bunch of ways. I could ask him something. Anyways, blah blah blah. That's we know what that is. Yay! So anyhow, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me for oh my gosh, almost an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out. Your most prized possession is your time, and sharing it with me is a huge uh thing for me. I enjoy it every week, and you spend it with me, and I appreciate it very much. Thanks for hanging out and being my Sunday friend. And you are all very cool kids. Don't ever forget that. Participate and be an extra cool kid yet again next week by doing something related to South Park. And we'll do the South Park edition. And the only thing I ask in return for giving you a couple chuckles and a little bit of entertainment for an hour and 12, 14 minutes now is to go out and make two people smile. Who make two people smile? Who will make two people smile? Who make two people smile? Who make two people smile? Then you can't see me through all them smiles. So together we'll make the world very smiley. All right. Uh, I'll have to talk to you about the law of attraction applying. Well, it's kind of mixed into that. It's like the filling of that void that, and you kind of create it by making an excess of your desire, and that brings what you want to you, which is like filling that void. It's a weird. I know I'm not saying it the right way and using the right words. So anyway, just trying to answer your question before I sign off. But yeah, go out there and make people smile. Have a great week, everybody. I'm gonna go over to this over here so you guys can actually watch me do this. We're gonna go to here, and then we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna go to over here. You can see me next to the guy, me over there, who's like right here or here, somewhere up in there, right? Somewhere up there, somewhere around there maybe. Anyways, um, I'll go out there, have an absolutely excellent week, have a great time, and as always, try to stay in touch with yourselves. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great night. Peace.